delay here, getting in the room and getting everything set up.
Perseverance did it.
But we're here now, yay. All right, so my name's Amy, and I have come to Virginia from Minnesota. I've been here for the past 2 weeks. I've been speaking at a bunch of different support groups. I met you last week at Brain Injury Services. Yep, and I spoke to Argosy University, to their psychology students. I spoke yesterday to the ADAPT group, so it's been a great trip. Paul, Stephanie, and I went to Capitol Hill on Wednesday for Brain Injury Awareness Day. It was really great turnout, even though the metro was shut down. It only took us 2 hours to get down there, but we got down there. But if you ever get a chance to go, have any of you ever gone to the Hill for Brain Injury Day?
Can everybody go to that?
Yeah, anybody can go. Really? Yeah. Yeah. So it's always a little bit different date every year, but it's always in March. So maybe next year we can get that info to you so you can get it out to them. Because anybody can go and it's free. It's a lot of walking, but it's fun. You get to meet, there's a vendor trade show, so you get to meet with some people who provide services or other organizations that try to help survivors. And there's a briefing from Congressman Pascrell, and then there's a little reception in the evening. So you can go for as much of it or as little of it as you want. So, all right. So let's start with just the statistics. A lot of you probably know these already, but just to reiterate, so every 13 seconds, someone in the United States will suffer a traumatic brain injury. So that's approximately 2.5 million people each year, just in the United States. And as we know, they happen all over the world. TBI doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care your income, your race, it doesn't care, education. And every single concussion is considered a traumatic brain injury. Each year, 52,000 people die from a brain injury. So we're all here, we survived ours, right? So we're all blessed to be here today.
We have to just keep reminding ourselves.
Absolutely. And then there's other types of brain injuries. There's acquired brain injuries, which would be a stroke, aneurysm, a brain tumor. Those would be considered acquired. And then there's other neurological diseases, such as Parkinson's, MS, epilepsy, Alzheimer's, dementia. They all fall under the umbrella of brain injury. So, of you guys here, how many of you are TBI? Everyone? Yeah, we all fall into the same boat then, huh? So, it's a very invisible injury, and it's a very silent epidemic. And so, it's kind of become my mission to get out and talk to other survivors to let you know you're not alone. Talk to other groups of people. I do a lot of talks to Rotary groups, just to get in front of people, to start growing awareness, because the biggest misconception out there is just a concussion, you're fine, get over it. And I can't tell you how many times I heard that, and it's just so hurtful when you hear that, because they just don't understand what's going on inside your head. And well, I'm 2 years out, I'll get into that in just a minute, but I'm 2 years out and I'm still dealing with it. So, and I know you said you were 18 years out.
Yeah.
I know Stephanie's 23, 35. You're still dealing with the effects of it. So a little bit about me and how I acquired my TBI. 2 years ago, February 2014, it was about 10 below out, and I was walking down our driveway, and our driveway has a bit of an incline, and I had my little Yorkie with me. You can see her. So she was in my arm, walking down the driveway. It was a beautiful sunny day, even though it was 10 below. And I hit a patch of ice, and it was done. My feet just went up in the air, and I fell backwards. And they think because I had her, my instincts were to kind of do this to protect her. And I landed right on the back of my head, full force. Nothing. It was the first thing to hit the ground. And I heard it. I'll never forget the sound that it made when I hit the ground. And I remember thinking, ooh, this is bad. This is really bad. This is my head. This is bad. And when I got up, Pixie was about, from me to you away at least. She had walked away from me. And she was just standing there shaking. Her tail was tucked under. And we figure I was probably out for a minute or so, because she'd had time to walk away. Because I didn't think I mean, how would you know? You know, you don't think you blacked out. And I remember getting up, and my head hurt so bad. I expected to see blood when I got up. I really did. Somehow I managed to not fracture my skull, which just surprises me. And you could see my face had twisted. I mean, when you think about the impact, any other part of my body probably would have shattered. You know, an elbow or an arm or a wrist probably would have shattered. So it's just amazing what our skulls can do. And I had a huge ridge sticking out over here until I went to craniosacral, which I'll talk about later. But I could just see my face had been shifted. So I had other injuries that included whiplash. I had really bad whiplash. My doctor told me I had a severe concussion. I had a dislocated sternum because of this. When I hit the ground, it shoved it. And I tore a bunch of muscles in my neck and my chest and my throat. So I had a lot of physical injuries on top of my head injury. And when most of you say that was the same for you in your accident, did you have other?
Blessed that I did not.
You did not? Yeah, so you got this circle going of chronic pain and trying to heal your body and trying to heal your brain, and your brain's taking all its energy to try and heal your body, and it was just this vicious circle that I was living with. So let's talk a little bit about the symptoms, and as we go through, I'm sure you guys will relate to a lot of these. Overstimulation. You guys all deal with that? Going somewhere, like say Applebee's at dinner time, and they have 20 different TVs going, and so all those channels are changing and the lights are flickering, and then people are talking, and then they have the radio playing. It's just like, it's too much. Like, I'm sitting across the booth from someone and they're talking to me and I'm just like, I can't do it. Like, it's just too much. We were at brain injury day, and at the very end of the day, so my energy's already kind of been drained, and we're in this room for the reception and just talking, and it's this icky fluorescent overhead lighting. And it was like, Stephanie and I just both sat down and we're just like, I can't deal with this. Yeah.
I kind of like all that going on.
You like it?
Yeah, like it kind of distracts from what's happening, I don't know, and I can focus on the person I'm talking to. If I'm like one-on-one. I'm like.
So you like the noise?
Yeah, I kind of do. Like going to what is that bar? Glory Days. That's like where all the TVs too and the radio.
Yeah, I can't deal with it. It's too much. It's the lights. It's the sound. It's really hard for me. Light sensitivity. When I first fell, it was winter. And it was really gray outside for weeks. And so I never realized how much the light bothered me until the sun came up one day. And it was like, oh my gosh, I can't see anything. And then I'll walk into a building from the sun and my pupils take a lot longer to change. And I'll walk in and it's just pitch black in the room until my eyes can adjust. And I think that's harder for me than dealing with the sun. Is walking into a building and having to shift the pupils.
One thing that might help you know that summer's coming, if you wear glasses, you get
I got sunglasses.
Those things, because then they slowly adjust as you go into a room, and maybe that might lessen the drop.
Well, it would still be dark because the sunglasses would be dark too. So.
The transition.
Yeah. It's like pitch black when I walk in from outside.
That's why you surround yourself with people.
Oh yeah, and I'm not afraid to hold on. Can you switch over just a titch? There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Amy, I'm not sure if it will be just me because I've been out of my accident for
two, three, testing, testing.
We don't have to like evacuate or anything, okay.
Because I've been out of my accident for like 18 years. But I do remember going to like the mall, like my inpatient hospital had me go on a van ride and we went to the mall, Christmas shopping, you know, with my dad and everything. And I remember it being overwhelming.
Oh
then.
gosh, yeah.
Yeah, when I first got it.
I remember a few months after I fell, I thought that I could go to the mall. I needed a pair of shoes. And I walked into the Mall of America and was like, I got like, I don't know, 20 feet on the hallway and I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And I turned around and I was like, I barely made it to my car. I was just like, my head was just pounding. It was just too much, way too much stimulation.
Yeah, so, and the good thing was that I was with my dad and with the people from the hospital in the van, you know, because I was in a wheelchair and stuff, and, so.
And then aphasia. Aphasia is when you can't come up with the word or you say the wrong words. Just some of you suffer with that too, aphasia. This has gotten better for me, but it still sometimes happens. In the beginning, it was so frustrating. Like like the wrong words would come out of my mouth. Like I might say, will you grab that bookmark for me instead of water bottle? It would be a totally unrelated word. And people would look at me like, what? And I'd be like, what did I say? Because I didn't hear it come out of my mouth.
Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3.
But now I usually